Alright, guys, welcome to yet another wonderful episode on this show. Today, we'll be having a discourse on virus, the topic virus, computer virus. So, we're going to be touching some very important aspects of the computer virus that you didn't know existed. So, stay tuned as we bring you knowledge again today on this great, wonderful show. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment on the comment section of this video. We love you and we want you to be enlightened as you go through. So first of all, we'll be having the first discourse and we'll be saying what is a virus. People have a lot of different definitions of what a virus is, but today we'll just be checking Wikipedia. Today we're going to be asking ourselves what a computer virus is. The computer virus is a type of computer program that when executed replicates itself by modifying other computer programs and inserting its own code. So basically what this definition is trying to let us know is that a computer virus is a harmful or malicious way. Okay, the grammar is too big. Okay, so let's break it down a little bit. What it simply means is that when a computer program is written, for someone to manipulate it, the person has to write another set of program. But for that program to be able to work efficiently against the original program itself, it goes into the program and replicates itself in that computer program. It's just like basically a computer virus is basically works like how the virus in your biology works. Yeah, that's the perfect description I would love to use. So a virus is anything that attacks the status quo of things. It alters the status quo of things. It changes the normalcy of something. So basically a computer virus is a program that when it executes, it replicates itself by modifying the computer programs and inserting its own code. So if you had a computer program that was designed to add 1 + 1 = 2, what the virus does is when it comes in, it replicates itself in that code, replaces the old code, and inserts its own code there. Hence, instead of 1 + 1 = 2, which was the original program, what you will have is the computer's own code, which can be 1 + 1 = 300. So 1 + 1 is not equal to 300. We know that. So that's why it's called a virus. It gives you its own version of what a reality should look like. So I'd love us to stay tuned as we get to dissect this topic more efficiently and throw more light to things that people didn't really actually know existed when it comes to the computer system and its intrusions by other people. So first of all, we'll be discussing on various types of virus. We already explained what a virus is. I trust that definition was clear enough for us. We'll be dropping some links down for you to be able to go and do your own personal research to have a better understanding of what a virus is. Now, various types of viruses. Now, we have a couple of viruses we'd love you to know about today because it says knowledge is power. First of all, you have the ransomware, you have the virus, you have the adware, you have the spyware, and you have the Trojan horse. So these are various types of computer viruses, and they all are dangerous to your computer. They all are dangerous to your system. See, once these viruses have access to your system, it's not a good thing at all. So we are discussing on the ransomware first. Now, how does the ransomware work? Basically, the ransomware, as the name implies, ransom. It's a virus that once it replicates itself in your system, it literally takes hold of all the operating system or a section of your system. It holds it ransom. So the hacker or whoever created that virus created it with the sole aim of extortion. So take for instance, you have a cache of information that you've saved on a folder in your system. So what the ransomware does is when it's activated on your system, it holds your system hostage, which means you can't access the original information you put there till you pay a certain amount of money. Then the decryption key is given to you, and then you can be able to access your system again. That's basically how it works. It's basically a kidnapping. It's basically a kidnapping software. So you should know that it's not a good one at all. It's a very nasty virus. Once it gets into your system, you have to pay a certain huge amount of money to get access back into your network or into your system. This set of virus has been used by a lot of hackers to to put companies, big companies and organizations at ransom. While you have the regular virus, is one that just comes into your system, replicates itself, and automatically begins to give you a wrong output. So take for instance, you have 1 plus 1 equals to 2, as I gave you an example before. What it does is just replicates itself and gives you 1 plus 1 equals to 100, which is a wrong answer. Then you have the hardware and you have the spyware. Basically, this, I would skip the hardware because the hardware is a little bit complicated and defining it to you is going to take a lot of time, so let's leave that one for now. So we are going to talk about the spyware. The spyware, basically what it does is to siphon information. It's basically like the name implies, the spyware. It siphons information. It basically steals information. It's used by companies to sabotage other companies. It's used by companies to get patent informations or patent designs from other companies. It basically spies on your network or on your computer system. Why the Trojan horse is, it works this way. It's a virus hidden in a regular message or regular update, but it's hiding. It's just like the word Trojan horse. It's hidden in something that looks legitimate or looks real, and then when you bring it to your system, over time it can be there for years, it can be there for a long while, and you won't even have an idea. But once it's activated, that Trojan horse begins to release itself into your system, and then you're going to have a serious series of intrusions that you didn't even see coming your way. So basically it embeds itself, or it embeds itself in an legalized, or should I use the word, relatively safe update or program or anything, and you wouldn't know that it's there. It just hides itself inside a legal code, so that when it's time for it to be activated, it then comes forth. So those are basically the 5 viruses we will be discussing today, and we trust that you do your own personal research and get a better understanding of how this series of viruses works. So now the next thing we'll be looking at is ways to protect your system from virus attack, ways to keep your system safe. Now first, you have to install an antivirus or anti-malware software. So you need to make sure that you have installed an antivirus and anti-malware software so that your system can easily detect when it's under attack. Yes, that is what the purpose of an antivirus and anti-malware software in your system is for. So we are going to be having a different discourse one other day on the issues of antiviruses, but today we'll be discussing on how to keep your computer safe, keep your antivirus software up to date. Very important. You know, people don't like keeping things up to date because they assume it's either going to take more data or more time or more than they actually bargained for. But the truth of the matter is that you need to keep your antivirus software up to date so that you don't face the risks of using an old version when the hackers already figured out a loophole in that old version. So number 3, run antivirus scans regularly. So once you on your system, you go to your antivirus section and you run your antivirus scan as frequent as possible. We'll be making a video when we are going to be discussing extensively on antiviruses. We'll be making a video as to how you can run antivirus scans regularly. Keep your operating systems up to date. Your OS system has to be up to date. So basically, when your computer gives you a notification that you need to keep your OS system up to date, please do well to do that. Protect your network. Avoid giving people access to your devices easily or access into your network for those that are working in a network system or setting. So just avoid that. Avoid giving anybody and everybody access to your network. Think before you click. That is very important. Think before you click. You see all these millions and one pop-up ads that comes up on your system. Think before you click. Not everything is worth clicking on. Get rich under 3 days. That's obviously a scam. Be careful. Do not click on everything you see that pops up on your system. Keep your personal information secure. Very important. Keep your personal information secure, because if you do not keep your personal information secure, then your computer is definitely going to be hacked. Don't use unsecured Wi-Fi. See, a lot of people like what is called Ushu free, like when the matter is just so free. God, I just saw one free Wi-Fi God, thank you, Jesus. And you just connect. You don't know that the person is actually setting a honey trap for you. And when you connect, your system automatically downloads a virus that gives him access to use probably your system as a router or as a bounce of as a bounce of signal base for whatever malicious activity is operating on. So technically speaking, it's your IP address that will be showing on whatever evil plot the hacker is doing. So take for instance, he wants to hack UBA Bank today and he needs multiple IP addresses so that it becomes very difficult for him to be gotten by the authorities. So what it does is he gives you guys free Wi-Fi and everybody's just connecting but automatically when you connect to that Wi-Fi, it automatically downloads a virus into your system that copies your IP address and shows itself as the IP address for the action being taken on UBA Bank. So when the authorities are about to check who was that tried to hack our bank, then your IP address is traced down and then you've been caught by the police for something that you know nothing about. So please be careful, do not use any unsecure Wi-Fi connections. So in that light today, we'll love to round up for tonight because we really don't have much time, but we'll be coming back to you with more details on how to keep your system safe. But for recommendations and for your own personal safety, we'll be recommending this wonderful great company, Precious Gate Technologies. It's one of the most trusted technological companies in Lagos and in West Africa as a whole. Precious Gate deals with IT services and IT support. So this is their website. We'll be dropping their website down for you. So if you need any form of antivirus or protection, data protection process, please do well to contact Precious Gate Technologies, and it's going to, trust me, you're going to have the best service you can ever imagine. Precious Gates, they deal with data protection, IT support services, networking, and software development and engineering. So basically, all you need for your IT related matters are just their infrastructure services are also there. So basically, you just need to contact them if you intend to keep your data and your IT related affairs safe. God bless you all as you subscribe and like this video. We'll see you next week. Thank you.